Hi everybody! I'm here! I'm sorry it's been 2 months. What are you gonna do? But hi, it's Nell. I'm back, and it's been 2 months since my last video, and I apologize, but the last 2 months have been crazy busy, and I should have known. I should have known this time of year gets busy for everybody, but I severely underestimated how busy I was going to be. Plus, I took on some more projects that I don't know why I'm so crazy. Not cross-stitch projects, other things that really make me question my own sanity sometimes, but I'm enjoying them, so I guess that's good. How have you guys been? Long time no see. I've loved keeping up with you on the Facebook groups, and I wish I could say that I've been watching all of your videos, but I've been so busy I haven't even had time to do my normal, keeping up with YouTube videos. So I may be a little behind the times. I apologize if I am, but feel free to update me down below with anything really new and exciting that you're just bursting to share, and I will do my best to get back up to speed on your videos, but it's just been a busy couple of months. Let's see, what have we been doing? Well, the last time you saw me was, I think, beginning of October-ish? Is that about right? Does that sound right? I don't even know. But after that video went live, I made a decision, a crazy decision that probably should never, I should have known it would take more time than it did. I decided to sew both of my sons' Halloween costumes. And it was so fun. I loved it. I absolutely loved sewing them. I just really underestimated how much time it would take me. I decided about 2.5 weeks before Halloween that I was going to do this. And I don't know what I was thinking, that I could sew 2 Halloween costumes and keep up with all of my sewing for my business and my cross-stitching, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it was really fun. They were Eeyore and Tigger, and they were really, really cute. So if you are a member of the Facebook group Little Yellow House Crafts, you saw I posted a picture of them in their costumes. So that was really fun. I also got really sick like a week before Halloween, and so that put a dent in things. And then in November, like the first few days of November, I decided to take on another big project, and that is that I signed on to be an independent distributor for LipSense. I don't know if you've ever heard of LipSense. I'm wearing it right now. I promise I'm not trying to sell you anything. I got introduced to the product, fell in love with it, was obsessed with it for a couple of months, and then decided, what the heck, I'm just gonna sign up. So I signed up for that, and that took a bunch of time to get myself, signed up and get the group put together and get, the photos that I wanted taken. And anyway, if you're interested in LipSense, I don't even know if you care, but if you're interested, I'll leave my group down below. It's called Nell's Bells. It's on Facebook. And this color's called First Love. Anyway, so all that aside, it's just been a crazy couple of months. I've been super, super busy. I have, however, been working on project bags. A little change of plans. The next release I had planned, if you're a member of the group, you saw that I was planning on releasing all of the custom printed fabrics that were all the different fandoms, and I listed what they were going to be called. Those have actually been put on the back burner because I realized about 3 or 4 weeks ago that we were coming up on Christmas time, and I had to get my Christmas bags done. So I set aside the fandom bags. They're still coming, but in a later release, and my Christmas bags are ready to go live. I will probably be posting those either Friday or Saturday of this week. So join the group if you haven't joined the group, and if you are a member of the group, keep an eye out for a 2-day warning. There will be a 2-day warning. It will be either Friday or Saturday, probably in the evening, is when you can expect those bags to go live. So that's exciting. If you are interested in my project bags, then that's hopefully exciting too. If not, never fear, we're done talking about that. Let's talk about cross stitch. How have you guys been doing with keeping up during this busy time of year? Surprisingly enough, even with all of the crazy busy things I've been doing in my life, I actually have really made an effort to keep cross-stitching, and I think it's because it's my sanity. It's the thing that centers me and brings me back to home base, and when my mind is going 500 different directions during the day, it's like my treat, my major reward at the end of the day to be able to sit down and cross-stitch for a couple of hours. So I do have a couple of finishes, and I'm going to show them to you. Ooh, you just saw a sneak peek. I had 4 finishes in the last 2 months, and that's pretty good, I think. The first two were the completion of my Lizzie Kate mystery sampler. So you remember, I've said this many times. When I bought the kit for the mystery sampler at Cecilia Samplers in Branson, Missouri, they included linen and thread to do the 3 mini charts that came along with the main mystery sampler. And so the first finish I had was the last one of those, which is Scary, done on guacamole linen. And that's stitched 2/2 in Weeks Dye Works Kohl, which you guys are gonna laugh. If you recall, I got like halfway through my second one, Spooky, and I ran out of Weeks Dye Works Kohl. So I ordered another skein from 123 Stitch. And I was stitching along, and I got all the way done with the Y. All I had left were these 2 little bands up here at the top. This line and then this little decorative band. And I ran out of Kohl again. So I ordered another single skein of Weeks Dye Works Kohl from 123 Stitch. And moral of the story is, if you're gonna stitch the 3 little minis, get 3 skeins. Just get 3 skeins. You will probably only use the tiniest bit. I only used the tiniest bit of that 3rd skein, but I couldn't do it with 2 skeins. I stitched all 3 of these on the recommended linen that's in the that's on the chart. I believe they're all by Weeks Dye Works, and they're 30 count linen. This one, like I said, is guacamole. This one is, I can't remember what the purple's called, and I'm pretty sure this one was called Carrot. But anyway, those are all 3 are done. I don't know if I said this, but I stitched them 2/2, and I'm pretty stingy with my threads. I'm not really extravagant or wasteful with my threads, so I would really recommend you just go ahead and get 3 skeins if you're gonna stitch it. Anyway, so that was my first finish. My second finish is the mystery sampler. I finished it, and I apologize that none of these are ironed, but I have had no time to iron. So here it is. I've added the beads and the charms and the buttons and things, so we'll just kind of scroll down slowly. The owl doesn't look so scary anymore because the eyes have been filled in with little beads. I don't know if you can see that. There's beads there, like golden. But anyway, there's the first part. And there's the second part. From ghosties and ghoulies and things that go bump in the night, deliver us. And then, oh, the charm is hanging funny. There's a little key charm that doesn't wanna, there. There's a little key charm, so cute. And then there's the last portion. And it's done. I loved doing the grass. You can see the grass is done in these really long satin stitches, which just looks so beautiful and shiny. And then that color change is just from the variegation of the thread. And how beautiful is that? That's so fun. So here it is from afar. There it is. It's done. And I loved it. I loved stitching with the variegated flosses, which I already told you. Oh, there was another little charm right there. Little star by the bird. Anyway, I told you I was really enjoying it. I loved it. And I am looking forward to doing my new Lizzie Kate series that I bought and that I showed in my last video. Haven't started it yet, but that is on the horizon. And oh, there's my back. Don't look. Who cares? You guys can look at my back. It's not perfect. I carry threads. I carry threads sometimes. You do what you gotta do. This is stitched with all the recommended thread colors on the recommended linen, which is Weeks Dye Works Tin Roof, I think, is what this color is called. It's a nice kind of spooky grayish, brownish, beigey thing. And it looks great. I love it. I think it's so cute. And I got that done, I think, just before Halloween, so perfect timing. The next finish I have was something that I started, that last time I showed it to you, I had just barely started it, and that is Playing with Jacks by the Cricket Collection. I finished it. It stitched up really quickly for me. I thought it was so cute. Love the pattern still. Would highly recommend it. Now that I've stitched it, the pattern, the chart, has gone into my stack along with the charts for this to give away, because you guys know when I finish a pattern, I put it in a pile for a future giveaway. And so there's a couple of new charts in that giveaway pile, but this is one of them, playing with jacks, and I love it. It's so cute. Such cute little pumpkins. And honestly, if I had to pick one or two of these pumpkins to put in front of my house, my favorite is this back one. It's so colorful, and I don't know if you can see all the detail in there, but there's like vines and flowers and like this little patchwork piece down here. And then I also love this black lacy one because that's just really gorgeous. So those are my favorite pumpkins. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. You guys know I'm really, really not good at getting my projects fully finished, like framed or wall hanging or little pillows or flat folds or whatever. This one is big enough that I will probably finish it as a wall hanging, because that's kind of my usual thing with bigger projects. These three little guys I will probably finish as little pillows, I would imagine. Little cushions. And then this guy, I could see this being framed. It's small. It's not, you know, it wouldn't be too terribly expensive. It probably wouldn't be that hard for me to do myself if I could find a frame the right size. It's a little bit of an odd size. But anyway, so that was finish number 3 in the last 2 months. And then the last one, I can't show you in person because it's already packaged up and ready to be mailed. And that is the thing I showed in my last video that I hadn't completely finished yet. And it was for my gift exchange partner, Darla. And so Darla, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to insert some pictures of the piece fully finished. And so I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, unless by the time you see this video you've already gotten my package and you've already seen it, then don't worry about it. But I did want to show it off because I'm really proud of it. This was my first one of these things, my very first one. And it's so cute and bitty, and I just am obsessed with it. So I'm going to insert some pictures right now. Darla, close your eyes. Ready? Here we go. Isn't it cute? I'm so pleased with it. I was a little bit sad to send it on to Darla, and Darla, that should just make you feel really special because this is so cute that I would love to keep it myself, but I also don't want to keep it because I made it for you. It's just adorable. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. And that was my 4th finish for the month, and that one was a fully finished object. Hooray! All I need is an assignment and a deadline, and I can finish projects. But anyway, so those are my 4 finishes, and yeah, let's talk about whips. I have not worked on any of my previous whips in the last 2 months. I have worked completely on finishing all of these things, finishing Darla's present, and then 2 new starts because I can. The first one I was really excited to start, and it's in one of my project bags. And I made an agreement with myself that if I finished my Lizzie Kate Mystery Sampler by Halloween, then I was going to allow myself on November 1st to start this because it would still be autumn time. And I just really wanted to start it. And that is, I started, ooh, I don't want to show you the chart. Hold on. The chart is out because I've been using it. That is, I allowed myself to start Autumn at Cochran Hollow. You guys remember in my last video I showed you that I had bought this off Stash Unload with all of the silks, spent way more money than I usually spend on cross stitch, but I was so excited and I just couldn't resist. So I went ahead and started it. And I guess I'll take this out of the Q-snaps. Sorry. Do you guys leave your projects in Q-snaps? Because I do. I know some people are like, oh, never. I leave them in the Q-snaps. Ain't nobody got time to be taking it off and putting it back on every time you sit down to stitch. And I've never had a problem with anything like getting permanently creased. But anyway, let me show you what I started. So Autumn at Cochran Hollow is done with all of these little boxes, the way the Cochran Hollow pieces usually are. Not all of them. I think the map is not. But there's also this top portion, this little top header piece up here with pumpkins and birds and corn and spider and blah, blah, blah. So I've been working on that top portion. And here it is. I apologize for my hanging threads. There it is. That's what I've gotten done so far. So I've done the whole border. I've done this little leaf and the corn with the bird on it, and that spider is freaking adorable. And then the pumpkin, and I've started this other pumpkin. And my needle minder is from Minding My Minders, and it's a Princess Bride. Because who doesn't love the Princess Bride? Anyway, so that is Autumn at Cochran Hollow, and that's what I've started. And this doesn't look like much, but this is like 2 weeks of work because this is 40 count linen. This is my first time working on 40 count linen. It's not hard because I have my good light back there in my little stitchy spot. And so I have good lighting and I don't have trouble seeing the holes because it's really bitty. It's just, it takes forever because this is like a bajillion stitches and it's this big because it's 40 count linen. So this is definitely going to be a long-term project. I mean, everybody knows the Cochran Hollow pieces are massive and they're on 40 count and you just better buckle up for a long haul. But I'm loving it, and I love stitching with the silks. The NPI silks are glorious. They are so nice. Oh, I'm like, I've ruined myself. No, that's not true. I still like stitching with cottons. I still like stitching with my regular old DMC, but I'll tell you, if my husband had a nickel for every time I've been sitting on that couch next to him, we've been like watching a movie or something, and I've made some random out of context comment like, oh my gosh, I love these silks so much, he'd be a millionaire. Because I do. Oh, sorry, I keep almost showing the chart. Be better at this, Nell. Anyway, so that's Autumn at Cochran Hollow, and I started it. Sorry, I keep bumping the table. I started it. I'm loving it. Really enjoying stitching on it, and I'll put it back on the Q-snap later because you don't want to sit here and watch me fiddle with it for 5 minutes to get it perfect. I'm one of those people who like has to get it perfectly on the Q-snap, like completely straight and square. It can't be like slightly tilted. Is anyone else like that? So it can take me upwards of 10 minutes to get a project on my Q-snap. That's probably why I don't take them on and off. That's probably the reason. If I was less obsessive about it, I could probably take them off every night and not stress about it. But it takes me so much time to get them on just right. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear about my lunatic self. And then my other new start, which is the other thing I've been working on this month. And that is, when did I buy this? I can't remember if I ever showed this to you guys. This might have been before I started making videos? No, it wasn't that long ago. I don't think that you guys have ever seen this. I had, for the longest time, like 3 of the 6 charts to do this piece. And sometime in the last 6 or 8 months, I bought the other 3 and I've been waiting to start it. And that is, it's by Little House Needleworks, and it's the From Sea to Shining Sea piece. And it looks like this. And it's done in 6 parts. You have the border chart, which this is, which has the From Sea to Shining Sea and the little borders on the top and bottom. And then you have each box, and I'll tell you what they are because it's super cute if you've never seen this before. This is the West Coast. This is the desert, or the Southwest. I can't remember what they call it. I think they call it the Southwest. This is the mountains. This is the Midwest. And then that's the East Coast. Isn't that cute? So from west to east, you get kind of a little snapshot of the United States in houses, cottages, essentially. And so you've got like the beach house in Cali with the palm tree and the sun. You've got the little southwestern house with the cactus and the clay pot. You've got the mountains, so you think like Colorado, Utah, you know, Wyoming, those kind of places with the pine trees and the snow. You've got the Midwest, which is where I live, woot woot, with the little farmhouse and kind of the green trees and the green grass. And then you've got the East Coast with the water and the American flag and the little, I think of this as like a little Nantucket house. So isn't that cute? I've had that forever. You guys know I'm obsessed with Americana stuff. And for the longest time, I had the border chart, and I think I had the West Coast, and I think I had the mountains. But I didn't have these other 3 charts. And so sometime in the last 6 to 8 months, I bought them. And I've been wanting to stitch them. So I did. I started. The thing about these is they come with the threads. They are classic Colorworks threads, and they come with the threads. Each chart comes with the threads. So they're a little more expensive as charts go because they come with the called for threads, but it makes it really nice and convenient because when you're ready to start it, you can just start it. And again, I'm going to have to take this off of the Q-snap. Maybe I should prepare a little better before I film a video. I know, like, Katie the Stash Queen's amazing. She has like a whole Word document because she has so many things to show in every video. I don't have quite so much to show, but I could probably stand to be a little more organized like she is. Here it is. I started the border. So there's the top border, and then I did the first square for the West Coast. I have the word from, and then I have, ugh, gracious, a star and some more viney stuff and the bottom border. And my little Hogwarts crest there is holding on to some loose threads. And then my needle is sitting on Doctor Who's face. The 10th Doctor, David Tennant, with his sonic screwdriver. Because, you know, Doctor Who came to the United States, particularly the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith, had some very important things happen in the United States. So he's visiting. So there you go. That's From Sea to Shining Sea on a big old piece of linen. This is the called for linen, I believe, which is 32 count natural raw linen by Zweigart is what this is being stitched on, and it's going to be super cute, and I'm excited about it. I really like this piece. So that is the other thing I've been working on. That's my other new start, and that is it for my whips. That weren't finishes. Just those 2. I really haven't worked on anything else. I have been feeling the siren call of Mika, my blue bride, recently. And so I believe that one will be pulled out probably a little later this week because I miss her. It has been too long now since I've been working on her, and I miss her. I can't say I've been feeling the siren call from any of my other whips right now, but I have them all in a bin in my little store. Sometime I should show you guys how I have my cross stitch stuff organized. Would you like to see that? Because I have a bin that's all of my active whips, or not necessarily active, but things that have been started and are whips. And I have maybe 15 now in that bin. And every once in a while I pull the bin down and I go through them. And if anything jumps out at me, ooh, I haven't worked on that in a while, I think I'd like to put some stitches in that. Then I pull it out. This bin is my like current active working on stuff. So I mean, I could show you how I have this organized. What time is it at? Okay, we're at 23 minutes. Well, let's finish talking about what I was going to talk about. If we don't have time in this video, maybe I'll do a separate video and you guys can see how I have my stuff organized, because I think people like that. People like seeing yours, not my stash, but like how I organize my stuff. So that's it. That's it for whips and new starts and finishes. I do have some stuff to show you. I didn't do any shopping in the last 2 months, but I did have 2 very lovely packages sent to me. One was just a RAK, just a random act of kindness, and the other one was a giveaway that I won. What? I won my first stitchy giveaway, and you'll never believe whose it was. Well, you probably already know if you've been paying attention. But first I want to show you the RAK I had. In my last video, I showed this chart, Grandfather's House. It's by Told in a Garden, and so it's by Marilyn Levitt Imblum, and it's adorable, and I love it. And I mentioned in that video that there was a companion chart to this, because this is Grandfather's Barn, and there was a companion chart called Grandmother's House that I didn't have, and I just mentioned that, you know, someday when I found it for a good deal, I'd buy it. Well, I got an email a couple days later from a lovely stitcher who shall remain nameless because I have not gotten her permission to share her name here, but you know who you are if you're watching, and you are the sweetest and the kindest. She sent me an email saying, I've stitched that piece and I still have the chart. It's been pre-loved, but it's still totally readable, and if you want it, I would like to send it to you. So she did. She sent me Grandmother's House. She has stitched this one herself and had just the chart packed away somewhere, and didn't need it anymore, and so she gifted it to me. And so thank you. So I don't want to show the chart, but she sent me the chart, and I'm so very grateful to her because now I have the set, and now it makes me really want to stitch them now that I have both. But I have enough things started for right now. I will resist the temptation. But that's not all. I knew she was sending me the chart because she contacted me to ask me for my address, and so that was so sweet of her. When I got the package, she sent me a whole bunch of other stuff because I guess she was looking through her charts and was looking specifically at her Told in a Garden charts and had a bunch of Told in a Garden charts that she decided she was probably never going to stitch, and so she sent them to me, and she told me, you know, keep what you want, and if there's anything here you don't want, maybe pass it along to another stitcher. And so I'm going to do that. I'm going to maybe set these aside either to do as individual giveaways or keep, you know, one or two of them for like a big giveaway that I do in the future for the ones that I choose not to keep for myself. But there are a couple here that I think I'm going to keep. The first one that she sent me, I already have, and that's the Country Store. So if you like the Country Store, hang tight because I will probably give that away since I already have it. The other one, another one she sent me is called Home of a Quilter. I know we have a few quilters here on FlossTube and on the Facebook groups, so that one's really cute. I'm tempted to keep that one myself, but I'm not really a quilter, as much as I think that's adorable. This one I love. This is all of these Told in a Garden series. There are a lot of them. I won't say all of them. A lot of them have a very Amish theme. Marilyn Levitt Imblum in many interviews mentioned how much she loved the Amish people and so admired kind of their hard work and emphasis on simplicity, and they're major quilters. And so this is gorgeous. This is called The Song of a People, and it's a little Amish house and barn with those Amish quilts hanging out front. How beautiful is that? That's gorgeous. The Song of the People. So if you're like me and you like kind of country Americana stuff, you probably love these. This one is called The Quilting. It's a bunch of little Amish ladies sitting around quilting together on a giant quilt frame. And then some bigger quilts up above. Isn't that pretty? And then the last one is also a quilt, and I believe she has a number of these that are like an image of a quilt named after some sort of delicious food that the Amish make as well. So this one's called Blackberry Jam. And there's a little Amish lady standing next to a quilt that she made. And in that quilt, I'm assuming, is called Blackberry Jam. So if you like quilting, then you need to check out some Told in a Garden charts. And I almost said your name. You know who you are. This was so sweet and so generous, and I am for sure going to pass along some of these charts to other people who will love and appreciate them, and it was just so kind and thoughtful of you to send that Grandmother's House to me and the other charts, and I'm just very, very grateful. Stitchers are the best people. They really are. We have the best community ever, guys. Anyway, the last thing I want to show you is I want to give away... I have never won a stitchy giveaway in my life. I've won a few other like contests and prizes and things actually at my, when my husband and I were graduating university, at our like senior celebration, like graduation celebration night, there was a raffle and I won the grand prize. I've never won anything in my life, and I took home this like really nice mountain bike, which was hilarious because I don't ride bikes. I'm not so much a nature kind of girl. I'll go camping, I'll go hiking. It's not my activity of choice. I'd rather sit and stitch, quite frankly. But it ended up being great because my husband used it to get to and from med school for the first 2 years of med school. So I do occasionally win things, but I had never won a stitchy giveaway. And Steph at Lindy Stitches was holding a giveaway. She had an extra copy of this chart by the Rosewood Manor called And a Forest Grew, and I entered it, and I won it. Steph at Lindy Stitches. We've been sort of floss tube friends for like over a year now, and it just is hilarious how that happens. It's like when Julie Connell won my giveaway, like the Nifty Needle Nannies lady, who we all know and love, won my giveaway. And it's just funny because it's out of hundreds of people, and I don't know how that happened, but I'm so excited. So this is And a Forest Grew, which Stephanie sent to me. Thank you, Stephanie. I love it. And she also sent me a few little goodies along with it because she's the sweetest. She sent me a card, which prettiest writing ever. My writing does not look like that. And she sent me some things, so I'll show you, or at least I'll show you what I haven't already eaten, because I have no willpower. Anyway, she sent me a little Mill Hill kit for a chicken. It's a chicken Mill Hill kit. I wish I still had one of my chicken project bags, but I sold them all. But anyway, it's a chicken little magnet kit, so it comes with the threads and the beads and the magnet and the perforated paper to make this little chicken magnet. You better believe I'm making this and sticking it on my refrigerator stuff. I will think of you every time I look at it, and don't even think I'm not going to put this on my fridge and look at it every day. So she sent me the little chicken magnet kit, and that's called Chicken or the Egg by Mill Hill. So that's so cute. And then she sent me some other non-stitchy goodies. And the first thing, she sent me chocolate. This is the only one that's left. She sent me a bunch of these little Ghirardelli, not like a bunch, I think she sent me 3 or 4. And I have one left. So I'm not quite the glutton that I'm making it sound like. But she sent me a bunch of these, and so I've been snacking on those. And then she sent me, I don't know why this cracks me up, but this, I don't know. This just seems so very Steph. She sent me a Christmas flamingo socks. They're like pink and stripy. And I love it so much. I have kind of a sock thing. Does anyone else have a sock thing? I love random, weird, hilarious socks. And I won't wear them like out on the town. But I'm one of those people who wears socks every day because my feet get cold. And so I love socks. And this one is hilarious. The hat is like sparkly. I don't know if you can tell. It's like sparkly red. He's wearing sunglasses and it's snowing and it's a pink flamingo. I don't know why this makes me laugh so hard, but I love it. And then she sent me, this is fun, she sent me some chapstick. This is Burt's Bees limited edition Mint Cocoa lip balm. That's very appropriate for this time of year. Who doesn't love Burt's Bees? And then, because she knows I'm a girly girl and that I like this kind of stuff, she sent me some bright red nail polish. I love this. This is actually, by the way, if you want a really good, inexpensive brand of nail polish, this Wet n Wild Mega Last is really good quality nail polish, at least in my experience. It's been really great. And I like it because the brushes are really like wide and thick. They're like thicker than a usual brush, so you only have to like brush like 2 or 3 times and you cover your whole nail. Anyway, you probably don't care, but I care. I like the Wet n Wild Mega Last nail polish. And so this is the color 214C. I read, R-E-D, a good book. And it's like siren red, like hoochie mama red. I don't know. I love it. I absolutely love it. Red is my favorite color to put on my toenails. So thank you, Steph, for your sweet package. I was thrilled to win your giveaway. I couldn't believe it. And yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. It's been a good couple of months. I'm sorry it's been a while, but you know, life happens. We get busy. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I will link my Little Yellow House Crafts group down below if you're interested in my project bags. Those will be going up in a couple of days, so if you're interested in purchasing one of those, I will leave the link down below. I will also leave the link for my LipSense group if you care about that and are curious. And then I will, any other pertinent information that I remember, I'll try to leave down below. But I hope you guys have had a great couple of months. I hope you had a really fun Halloween. I hope you had an awesome Thanksgiving if you're here in the States. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving with family and it was really special. And now we're fast approaching the Christmas season. So I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that I'll see you again, maybe around Christmas time. If I don't, then I'll see you afterwards. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and I love ya and take care and happy stitching. Bye guys.